And talking about being a game changer in the soccer landscape, what advice would you give to someone, the future Daniel, the future you, to really navigate and choose a career in the soccer industry?
So I didn't come from a traditional soccer background where I was an ex-athlete and I transitioned into management or front office, etc. I mean, if you love something, you'll find a way to fit in that Jenga. So, I came from a business background, but, I saw an opportunity to work for me. You can be an arts major, you can be a marketing or HR person. My key or my advice to you people would be to network as much as you can, reach out to people. People are more willing to help you. And if you have the passion, it will absolutely show. Persevere. And it's like to your point, it's a long race. Something doesn't happen overnight. Keep working hard. It's baby steps, and before you know it, you're going to be a trailblazer for somebody else. So that'd be my advice.
Amazing advice. I took some mental notes there, so appreciate that. Speaking on that, having to network, having these connections, and really putting yourself out there. I think that's the biggest thing. It's taking that first leap that may seem scary and just going for it, because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, no one else will do it for you. And putting in the work from a young age and being able to immerse yourself in that sector is really important. Now, my question is how would you define those characteristics you mentioned, putting yourself out there, networking, not coming from a traditional soccer landscape from a young age, but how would you define all of that as having true grit for yourself?
Absolutely. It's just it allows you to dig a little deep, and it allows you to look for opportunities that you never would have thought of otherwise.
Right.
For example, sometimes we think, how do I get into sports? Is there someone I can talk to who can just give me an application or a job? No.
Yeah.
I got involved with lots of not-for-profits even before Holland Bloor. I was with MLSE Game Changers Foundation.
Very cool.
I did some work with them, especially when it comes to working with executives and athletes. So it's sometimes we think we don't have the experiences and we shouldn't apply, but there's so much opportunity out there for you to just immerse yourself and expose yourself, and then before you know it, you'll get that big opportunity to interview. It's so funny when they interviewed me, they asked me, "You have no sporting experience?" And I said, there's lots of transferable skills, obviously, with what I brought, but people will see the passion in you. And I was able to relate a lot of my experiences to the job that I currently have, and that's where I found myself here. So go to networking events. There's online sports summits. There's case competitions. Try to get out there and try to network as much as possible. So.
Amazing. I think that advice goes a long way with anyone looking to pursue any type of career really in the soccer industry. With a young athlete watching this, wanting to really take the next step in their professional soccer career, someone who's working in the soccer industry, or someone who's simply just getting started and dipping their toes in the water. I think that's amazing advice, and really just being able to spread that message out and be that voice for young kids is amazing. My question is, based on all this experience you have and working with not just the nonprofit Holland Bloor U, but also Canadian Premier League and MLSE Game Changers, as you mentioned, what would you say really inspires you and gives you the most passion to keep it going and keep being consistent and keeping that momentum going?
Wow, that's a great question. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful because you mentioned if this is my dream, and if I'm not doing it, someone else is doing it, and I don't think I want that. So every day you wake up, I truly believe I'm going to sports soccer every single day when I go to work. Even on those tough days where it doesn't feel like work, it feels like I'm a part of something much bigger than myself. So it's just it's a very privileged position. I don't take it for granted. We have very high standards with the Canadian Premier League as well. And any chance I get to come back and speak to anyone, even your soccer club here, I take the opportunity because people have been there for me and they've shown me the path and the ropes. So we're trying to send a good message here. We're trying to make sure that diversity has a voice out there. There's room for you out there too. Doesn't matter what you look like or if there is a position right now. Just keep gutting it out, and find your path as well.
Amazing, amazing. I think touching base on what you said about it doesn't feel like work. It's kind of like you're doing what you love and getting to go to work and just really showcase your skills and show all these experiences. I honestly feel the same way sometimes. I go to work and I'm like, life is not real. Like I love my job and I'm so grateful because there's so many people that are not as privileged or maybe don't have the opportunities that you or I may have. And I think being able to kind of be that face and be that representation in this scene is so important.
Well said.
And so my question for you is I mean, being a soccer industry professional, what would you say is your end goal? Now having achieved all these milestones, what would you say is your end goal for future Danyal?
Believe it or not, like I believe in legacy a lot. When I look back at my life, it's not enough that I became a CPA or I did this, I did that. What kind of message did I leave? And if that means one more person can get into the industry because of something they heard from me, or I look at their resume and help them critique it, or something as small as a networking chat, I think that's the end goal here, to really open the network and allow the next generation professionals to kind of enter the league. It's a league that's going to grow really, really fast. There's lots of people, like I said, moving to the country, and you want to make sure they're all provided an opportunity. And my goal as a stakeholder is to make sure, I keep training the wheel. I'm just one person, but together, you and I, we're catalysts for a much bigger change. And I just want to make sure I lose sight of that. I have personal goals as well. Having more skill sets, moving up, etc., but that's not my immediate goal. My goal is to make sure that if someone's struggling out there, we can help them kind of find their home as well.
Amazing. I mean, legacy really overpowers all the distractions, all the little imperfections and the things that are not as important in the moment. And I think establishing that is so important, and having a legacy and something that you always fall back on, not something that you might have done in the moment, but something that you're continuously doing and you're continuously building, and you're leaving that for the future generation. And I think that's so amazing because legacy is really the face of who you are and what your impact is. And so I think that's amazing to hear you say that and share your experience here with Erin Soccer Club. Legacy is all about us as well. We love to really be a voice for people in the community, and also with Eagles being excellence, accountable, sustainable, legacy, empowering, all of it. It's been an honor to interview you here today.
It's so nice talking to you.
So nice
very
to talk
pleasant.
to you.
Thank you so much.
Message you could give to the Erin soccer community here today, what would it be?
Well, first of all, thank you for all the great work the soccer club's doing in the community. I do not know about the 407 all-ability soccer program, but that to me just put a smile on my face. I think the soccer club is part of a bigger community than just the people you serve. 20 years from now, you're going to look back at the impact, and you're going to be at the forefront of it all. So thank you, and keep fighting a good fight, and keep dreaming because it's worth it.
Amazing, amazing advice. Thank you so much, Danyal.
See it.